So here's the big news. I've told everybody before I built my aviaries in panels because I don't own this house, I'm renting it, and I knew that eventually I'd have to move them. Well, my landlord has given me notice. So I've had a few people asking, you know, why no videos in the last few days, and it's because I am feverishly moving, getting ready to move. So the birds will be the last thing to move. I don't know where I'm putting them yet. I know where I'm going. I have a tiny house and I am moving into it. But it's at a RV park, basically, in a little teeny house community. And I have to find a place with them where it would be okay to set up my aviaries. So we're kind of in negotiation. And if they don't decide that they don't want the aviary set up on their property, then I'll go to one of the neighbors and pay him a few bucks to let me set them up. So the birds are coming with me for sure. So there's been a lot of progress in the breeding shed. We got babies. There is Buster and Rainbow. Okay, so the little boxes. Remember, I was setting them up with little boxes. My birds stopped feeding their babies. And I was watching Jester up here. He's a great daddy, but he's the pied. And what he was doing was he would be up on the top perch, and his babies were all in a little box in the bottom, because the babies really like the boxes. And he'd fly down to the bottom of the cage, look at them in the box from a few inches away, and warble at them, and then fly back up on the perch. And he did it over and over and over until I finally figured out he's trying to get them to come out, because he doesn't like the box. So I took the babies and dumped them out of the box onto the floor of the cage, and he instantly started feeding them after not feeding them for half a day. So I took all the other boxes out, except for these guys that I eventually took out yesterday because it got too poopy. And we are not doing the box thing. The fallout from that was everybody came out okay except for Kobe and Coco, who rejected their chicks completely, and I had to rehome. So there, once again, this little normal green guy right here was originally Scruffy and Laurel's. Laurel got sick. He got given to Kobe and Coco. They rejected him over the box, and now he's with Haverty and Lacey with their 2 gray-green chicks and their foster from, who is this? This is Storm and Sky. Storm and Azul. So this is Storm and Azul's baby. There's this little guy, who's a gray like his daddy, and the oldest chick is the blue spangle, and the youngest is the double spangle. They're doing beautifully. They're all learning to eat. Parents are keeping them fed. It's all good. I had to put down one of another one of these guys' chicks for the rickets. So they had only 1 double factor spangled chicken here of their own, and 2 fosters from the youngest chicks from Azul and Storm, and from Sky and Jester, who were originally with Luscious and Limey, but Luscious turned out to be a plucker, so I had to take them away from her and put them in here. And then Kobe and Coco abandoned their 3, and I needed to rehome 2 of them. So one of them was their chick in the first place, the little spangle right there, that was being brought up by Kobe and Coco. And the other one is Kobe and Coco's Cobalt. And then they have their youngest here, which meant that I had to take the babies from Luscious and Limey and put them over here. So this Rainbow currently has 4 chicks in her nest. I don't like to do that. It's too many chicks. It's hard for them to keep them fed, but I simply have no place else to put them. So she's going to have to deal. I may switch it up a little bit, move one of those chicks out and give them to somebody else for a few days or something, just to lighten their load. But we'll see. So these guys have 4 chicks, but the little green guy is learned to feed himself when his parents cut him off. And he's pretty self-sufficient, so he's not too much of a strain. So I sure hope one of these babies is a boy. That would be lovely. They kind of have black ears right now, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, because I need a boy to get the lacewing genes from Lacey. This is Sprite and his Fluffy. Now, I thought that they had all double factor Spangles, but one of their chicks is growing in his body feathers and developing some color. Go on, Missy. Go on. Go on. I want to see your baby. We'll have to get out. She says, I don't want to get out. These are my babies. We'll have to get out of my nest. So if you take a close look at this little guy, we have a little surprise green. It's very light, so I'm inclined to think that maybe it's a cinnamon or an opaline or something like that. May come out looking like her. See how light she is because she's a cinnamon opaline? This one might be like that. So we'll see, but he's not a double factor Spangle. So I got 3 double factor Spangles and something else. They're all looking really good. These little guys are looking fabulous. I am in love with these Spangle opaline. I mean Spangle Pied babies. They are just gorgeous. That's Mama back there. And Daddy. Beautiful job. I just, let's see what's going on here. This is Marine with her crew of 3 fosters. Oh, Marine. Let me see. And they are, look at that. They're feathering up. So one of these is Kobe and Coco's youngest. It's this one. And I think he's a gray. I think he's a gray. Their oldest is a cobalt. This one is Razzle and Remington's youngest, and he is a normal out of 2 Spangles, out of 2 single factor Spangles. Isn't that interesting? And the littlest one is from Mist and Neptune. That's these 2 over here. Daddy's a violet and Mom's a gray. And we can't tell what that one is yet. Oh, it looks like a Spangle. How could it be a Spangle? Neither of his parents are Spangles. Couldn't be. Must be looking at something wrong. So those guys are all doing great and coming along nicely. I just banded Katesh's babies. They're looking good. I'm ready for their first nest box cleaning, but I banded them today, so I want to wait for a day. And Mist and Neptune are raising their oldest chick, and Laurel and Scruffy's 2 younger chicks. So, and they are all looking good, getting their little feathers. Looks like their oldest chick is a gray, like Mama. It's looking very gray. Yeah. And then the other 2 are Scruffy and Laurel, so they're light greens, of course. And they're all looking really good. So, things are coming along nicely. You can all these little hollering babies. They just holler a lot. Aren't they cute? I have seen the white Spangle here get up on the perch and the cobalt Spangle get up on the perch. First ones. But we've definitely got a week to go before fledge at least. I should probably put those dates on there, huh? Okay, so everybody is looking good, going along fine, babies are beautiful, and I'll keep you posted on the move.